Hi, this is Roger, thanks for dropping by. There are times when I wonder if people think, how do I dress and feed myself? But every now and again, in the comments section, somebody comes up with something absolutely brilliant and I'm sitting there thinking, duh, why the hell didn't I think of that? And we've just had one of those moments. You could call it a light bulb moment. Oh, that's good, I like that. Just made that up. When I first came over and looked at this place, we appreciated that there are lights out here, and there's little dinky lights up in the roof, but there's two wall lights over there and a switch for each one. And somebody, when talking about these electrics and trying to get some sockets and this, that and the other, and somebody just came up with a simple comment, why don't you take the electricity off of the light for Hurricane Hector down that side and save having to run the cables across? Duh! I tell you what though, trying to get that is a bayonet fitting light bulb, so you push them down on springs and twist them and the bayonets hook into the socket. Trying to get a plug to fit that socket was very, very difficult. And I only found a couple in the whole world of Google. And luckily there was a pair. There's old-fashioned style, old brown, you know, that hard Bakelite look-alike sort of plastic stuff that you could get, retro sort of thing. But they're brown and they're horrible. I wanted a white one, so I searched and eventually found a white one and ordered it immediately. It will be here shortly. So what we will have is a plug to go into the light socket with a cable running down onto a pair of normal wall sockets, which will feed the fan and Hurricane Hector. I had to check the electrics basically because light circuits are normally 5 amp. The plug sockets, you know, are 13, so they're capable of taking a load like a 2 kilowatt heater, if you see what I mean, whereas light sockets are not necessarily so. So I found a calculation, you know, we do. You ask how to convert this to this and it will come up with something that you just type your values in. And basically Hurricane Hector, the wattage for Hurricane Hector at that voltage is less than the amps that socket and plug are capable of running, so it's not going to overheat or anything daft like that. I mean, the fan's negligible, that's just 40 watts, that's next to nothing, hardly worth bothering with. So I can run my 2 sockets for this side of the door off of the light. Now you have to bear in mind these lights aren't 5 amps, they are 13, because the spur that runs through to feed the electric to these lights comes off of the 13 amp ring in the lounge. So they are actually 13 amp. But what isn't 13 amp and capable of taking heavy loads is the little plug that goes in that socket. They're not built for heavy loads, they're built for light loads. It's like a light bulb really, isn't it, if you think about it. Anyway, so that gets me some electric down that side without having to have long wires and this, that and the other. And my idea of having a pair of sockets on that side still stands, so I'll probably still go ahead with that. But there won't be a rush now, because I haven't got to try and feed electric to both sides, so we can go back to running that side as it was before, till I get that done. Right, that out of the way. I was going to do the questions and answers video, but I've waffled on so much now, I'm going to do that as a separate video. It's important that that sits down separately. But yeah, I just like to thank the channel name that gave me that idea is unusual. It's IM and then JAXS. So I'm Jax, possibly. But anyway, thank you very much for that idea, because that saved me a lot of faff, and quite honestly overall that saved me a lot of expense as well, because you know, cables, all that sort of stuff, I've got what I need for that once I get that little plug, so we'll be up and running. Yay, I like that. Anyway, thank you for that, and that's really, I've ordered the double socket for that side, I've ordered the plug for that side. I've got cable, I've got plenty of that. So I think I'm okay now. I think we can get all the electrics done, which is good. Anyway, thanks for that. See you next time.